Okay, so like I said, I was going to get into like my main reason for not wanting to be part of the Jehovah's Witness organization anymore. Um, and it has to do with the just sexual abuse and sexual misconduct among kids in the organization, and it being covered up, not handled right. Like I pleaded with you in the video before this, have an open mind. You know, if you're a witness looking at this, I've been in your shoes before, was in the truth for over 50 years. So I'm not just basing this off of something, off of a whim. I'm not holding a grudge on somebody in the congregation and I call it quits. No, it's like if you look at all my videos from the beginning, I give you different reasons, but this right here is like ground zero for me, the main reason. And so I had a friend on my Instagram account with the same, I use the same name on there, XJDub. And we were just discussing what it's like to be born and raised into the truth as a young one. And quite frankly, it's hard. Yeah, it's constrictive. You get these things just drilled into your head over and over to where it's just ingrained in you, and it's like a way of life. And so, you know, one of the things she was mentioning was about the sexual abuse cases that we hear about them and everything. And so she sent me a video, and it's from a news show. To me, in America, it reminds me of something like Dateline. That's what it's like. And I believe this is in Canada, but a very thorough video clip. It was about, I think, like 45 minutes, or just shy of 45 minutes. Very informative, very eye-opening. I cried a few times because it brought up things in me from my memories. And so something that's always bothered me is when I was young, I know I was in grade school. I would say I was about maybe 8 or 9. And so my family, we would have watchtower studies, just have friends over, like several families. We studied at watchtower. Afterwards we eat dinner or we eat snacks. So this one particular Friday evening, during the watchtower study, my mom asked me to go check something in the oven real quick. So I go upstairs to check, and like I said, I'm in elementary school, but one of the friends of the family, their son is a teenager, huge hulk of a guy. I go upstairs, and as soon as you came out of our basement into the hallway on the second floor, there was a bathroom and the door was kind of cracked. And I looked in there, and you know, here he is, a teenager, and it's a girl. And I would say she was about maybe 2 or 3. And he was like physically molesting her. And I was in shock. I'm just like, you know, like, what in the hell? You know, and you know, he threatened me and told me to be quiet or else. Okay, so and I still live with that guilt of not saying anything then, but I carried it with me throughout all these years. So fast forward to about 2004, and I moved back to the city, and I wasn't doing too good spiritually, and my parents kept on, you know, calling me, begging me, emailing me, like, go back to a meeting. You need to go to a meeting while you're up there. So reluctantly I go. And I walk in the hall, and here's this guy, and he's like the effing Kobe. And I just had all these emotions well up within me. And actually, I'm an adult now, so I tell someone, an elder, a trusted elder, so I thought was a trusted elder and friend. And he proceeds to give me like the 3rd degree. Like, why didn't you tell then? I'm like 8 or 9. This guy is huge, intimidating. He's threatening me, telling me what he'll do to me physically, if I tell. I've carried this good over the years. Here I am now, standing before you to tell you what went on. Because I don't like that he's an elder. Not only is he's an elder, he's a Kobe. So he asked why I waited so long. He wants to know who it is. I wasn't comfortable saying that yet. You know why? Because this video that I watched, it addresses this. And I know the game. I've been, like I said, my father's been an elder since I was young. I know the game about that 2 or 3 witness, bullshit before they can do anything. So I didn't want to give them the name yet because I want to see where this goes with me saying what I'm saying. And so then I said, I'm not comfortable giving you the name yet. So then he proceeds to say, so you wait all these years and out of the blue, you're just going to come and accuse someone of doing something wrong all these years ago. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like, will you do anything if I give you the name? Who else was there? I was like, it was the girl, him, and me. Everybody else was downstairs. It wasn't enough. He flat out told me, there's nothing they can do. That was in 2004. And that shit didn't sit right with me then. And now that I'm, even older, it's 2025. And I'm 54, and then I hear all these allegations from around the world still going on, and it's this hush-hush vibe that's going on to where they're not cooperating with the authorities, and the only way they're getting information out of them is in court of laws, under oath. You mean to tell me an organization full of love and Jehovah cares for children entrust their care to the parents, and by extension the organization, you mean to tell me you aren't going to protect kids who are hurting, who are being hurt? Like, what a slap in the face is that? Oh, here's my accuser, but he's on a convention giving a fucking talk. Like, I'm not going to be part of that. I refuse to. And I've stayed quiet for too many years. And so, yeah, I'm going to speak my truth now. That is the biggest reason I am no longer associating with Jehovah's Witnesses or want to be known to be in that organization. Like, I refuse. That's the biggest reason. Along with all the other videos I've posted previous to this one, you can see all those other reasons, but this is the main reason. I'm not going to be associated with an organization that controls the narrative, especially harboring predators. I just won't. So keep an open mind. Look at facts. Don't just listen to us. We have this wonderful thing called the internet. They tell you stay away from the internet. You know why? Because they don't want us to know the fucking truth. If you use it right, the internet is wonderful for information. Stop being lazy and look it up for yourself about this organization. Okay? I hope this has been informative. If you want that video, just send me a message or comment and I will message you the link to that video. It's eye-opening, it's informative, and I'm 1,000 times happy I made the decision that I made to distance myself from that organization. Okay? So those are the facts. Do with them as you will. I hope you have a great day.